If you want your 2026 to be your financial glow-up era, then no need to wait for January 1. Hindi mo rin kailangan intayin yung perfect timing. Kasi your financial comeback starts the moment you decide that you're done with your old habits. And that moment can be today. I've been working on improving my finances for many years, and here's one of the most important things that I've learned so far. The gap between you and your financial goals isn't your debt, isn't your savings, hindi rin naman yung sahod mo. It's actually something simpler than that. It's the habits you build and the systems that support them. Kasi kahit meron ka pang 5 planner for 2026, if you're still using your old habits that don't work and you don't have the right systems, then nothing really changes. Ganun pa rin yung magiging sistema mo by 2026. So today, I am sharing with you a clear step-by-step guide on how you can prepare for your 2026 financial glow-up in a way that's doable, realistic, and actually fits your lifestyle. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and in this channel, I talk about personal finance, frugal living, and simple money habits. Step number 1 is to review your 2025 money story. Before we plan ahead, let's take a quick look back. Where did our money go this year? Saan nga ba natin ginastos yung monthly salary natin o yung kinita natin sa ating mga business? Marami sa atin ang ayaw tingnan to, lalo na pagkatapos ng malaking gastusin. For example, nag-out-of-town trip ka, tapos ang ginamit mo para sa mga expenses mo doon ay ang iyong credit card. Pero for some reason, kapag na-receive mo na yung notification na nandyan na yung statement of account mo, all of a sudden, parang ayaw mo siyang tingnan. You don't want to face the reality, and they call this one the ostrich effect, or yung cognitive bias where people avoid uncomfortable or negative information. This avoidance or yung way natin ng hindi pagtingin sa mga credit card bills and statement of account is actually a way for us to escape psychological discomfort. But the hard truth is your debts and expenses won't go away just because you avoid them. Looking where your money went this year is not about guilt, but awareness. You can start by opening your trackers, o kaya kung may ginamit ka na application to track your expenses, you can also use that. Or kung hindi ka pa nagsisimula na mag-track ng expenses mo, you can also use the applications that you already have in your mobile phone. For example, kung magamit ka ng GCash, GoTime, or you have the application ng bank na ginagamit mo, they usually have this feature where you can generate a bank statement. So doon mo makikita lahat ng ginastos mo for the year. Even if it's not as detailed as a daily expense tracker, at least you already have an idea kung saan napupunta yung majority ng gastos mo. So once meron ka ng enough data, ask yourself, what did I spend on that genuinely made my life better this year? And then on the other hand, you can also ask yourself, what did I spend on that really stressed me out? Number 2 is to build habits that actually work. I stopped doing resolutions years ago kasi it just doesn't work. Not for me, not for many people. Dati, as soon as January 1 hits, I'd list my resolutions. For example, eat healthier, save more, spend less. Pero by February, life happens, motivation fades, and before you know it, everything resets. So instead of resolutions, I shifted to habits and systems. Ito yung mga small pero consistent actions na ginagawa ko to make my goals realistic and achievable. After years and years of failed resolutions kasi, I realized that goals make sense when they are supported by habits. You can dream all you want. For sure, madami naman tayong pangarap sa buhay, and hindi mo rin naman masasabi na wala kang motivation. Kasi kung nakikita mo na hindi nagpo-progress yung finances mo, then for sure motivated ka to do better next year. Pero without a system kasi, you'll keep restarting as soon as January hits. And this year proved that to me. It wasn't the perfect year, pero it was the most progress I've made. And I think ang isa sa pinakamagandang example na magagamit ko for this one is this YouTube channel. Kasi as I've mentioned before, tinigilan ko na siya. And then eventually, na-realize ko na gusto ko ulit siya gawin. So, na-reactivate ko siya at ang goal ko is to reach 10,000 subscribers before end of 2025. And now, meron na tayong around 14,000 subscribers. And it didn't happen because I got lucky, but because I created a system that works for me. And yung system na yon, it really helped me to become more consistent sa pag-create ng content. Also, thanks to you for watching this video and being part of that journey. Number 3 is to break big goals into smaller, achievable steps. When we create goals for the whole year, medyo intimidating siyang tingnan kasi parang ang laki. For example, you wanna pay off 60,000 worth of debt or gusto mong makabuild ng 100,000 worth na emergency fund. Kaya usually, kapag tinitingnan natin siya, parang overwhelming. Tapos, hindi natin alam kung saan magsisimula. And here's what I do to make my goals more achievable. What I usually do is I break it down into quarterly or monthly milestones. For example, for 2026, ang quarter 1 ko is to build an emergency fund. Quarter 2 naman is to pay off one debt. And then quarter 3, start investing. And then Q4, boost long-term savings, or plan a reward. Kung para sa inyo, malaki pa rin yung mga goals na yun para sa isang quarter lang, you can break it down into monthly. Breaking down these goals into smaller milestones kasi makes it easier for you to remove the fear and replace it with clarity. Dahil kapag ang lagi lang natin nakikita is yung big goal natin and nandun lagi yung fear na hindi natin siya ma-achieve, nakakawala lalo ng motivation. And trust me, nothing hits better than checking off milestones every month na parang natupush ka to do better next month kasi nakikita mo talaga yung progress mo. Next is to build systems and automate your habits. Now that you have milestones na kailangan mong i-achieve every month or every quarter, it's time for you to create a financial system that keeps you on track. Kasi kapag wala kang system, everything is optional. For example, kapag hindi mo in-automate yung savings mo, pwedeng next month maisip mo na wag na lang kaya muna ako mag-save. Or a month after that, sasabihin mo na meron akong travel plan this month, skip ko muna yung savings. Pero kapag naka-automate na siya, wala ka lang choice. Kasi automatically deducted na siya from your salary and it goes directly to your savings account. The idea is to make it easier for you to achieve your goals, not complicated. Yung system din kasi takes out the decision process that you make every day. Sa dami kasi ng kailangan natin pagdesisyonan sa isang araw, minsan nakaka-drain na din ng energy na gagawa ka na naman ng mga panibagong bagay na kailangan mong pagdesisyonan on a daily basis. So para hindi na natin siya problemahin, gumawa na lang tayo ng systems. For example, my system looks like this. Pagdating ng salary ko, meron akong 3 auto-transfer na nangyayari. The first one transfers to my savings account kasi yun ang pinaka-importante. Kahit gaano kaliit or kalaki yung percentage na napupunta dun sa savings mo, ang importante, unahin mo siya. Number 2 is investment. So, medyo late na ako sa investment game. Noong 2024, kakasimula ko palang mag-invest and hindi pa ako ganun ka-consistent kasi hindi pa naman ako familiar sa kung paano yung process niya. So, this year, I made sure na consistent na ako at isinama ko na siya sa systems ko. Number 3 naman goes to my expense account. So, dito na pupunta yung lahat ng gastusin ko on a monthly basis. Renta, grocery, bills. I decided to create a separate expense account para mas madali kong natatrack yung expenses ko. Isang tingin ko lang dun sa balance, alam ko kung kasya pa ba siya para sa buong buwan or medyo kailangan ko nang magtipid. As I've mentioned many times before, ginagamit ko tong planner na to track my expenses. Nung una, ginagawa ko lang siya para makita ko yung difference na expenses namin dito sa Pinas at sa Malta. Pero ngayon, since naging habit ko na siya, nakatulong siya sa akin para mag-guide ko yung sarili ko kung saan ako sumusobra ng gastos. For example, at the end of the month, iti-check ko kung ano yung mga nagastos ko. And then, kapag nakita ko na parang ang dami kong gastos sa restaurant at saka sa transportation, then babawasan ko siya next month. So, ganun yung ginagawa ko. That way, kahit pa paano nakokontrol ko yung expenses ko. Once you build the system or the habit that works for you, consistency almost becomes effortless. For my research, it takes about 66 days for you to build better habits. So, what you can do is use this guide that I am sharing with you guys and the last month of 2025 to lay down the groundwork. Para as soon as 2026 hits, mas stable na yung process ninyo at mas consistent na kayo sa inyong systems. Number 5 is to educate yourself and surround yourself with the right people. Kung wala kayo masyadong kakilala na makakausap ninyo sa financial goals ninyo or money mindset, start with what you already have access to. For example, nung nagsisimula ako sa journey na to, wala naman akong kakilala na makakausap ko about money mindset or financial goals. Kaya nagsimula ako na magbasa ng libro, makinig ng podcasts, or manood ng YouTube videos. Pero to be honest, learning alone isn't enough. Kailangan mo rin eventually na i-apply yung mga natutunan mo and you need the right environment to do that. Lastly is to celebrate your small wins. The good thing about having monthly or quarterly milestones is mas madali para sa'yo na makita yung small wins mo. Every month or quarter, look back and ask yourself, did you stick to your habit? Did you save a little more? Did you avoid a budol? And did you pay off something? These wins eventually compound and they make the journey less stressful. To wrap things up, your 2026 financial glow up doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency. If you need help organizing your finances every sweldo day, I actually created a video about it. You can watch it here. That's it for today. Ciao!